All right, guys. So I know I said I was gonna do like what comic books I think you guys should be collecting on Wednesday, New Comic Book Day, and that's not hard to do. It's very easy to do. But everything I'm collecting right now is like all stories that I'm currently involved in, and I can't rightly suggest something that I'm not behind. Like I'm not 100% behind in because I'm not just like saying like, oh, this new comic book came out today, go get it. Listen, between the KO event at DC and Age of Extinction over at Marvel, everything just feels like a cash grab. If I wasn't already involved into the story, I wouldn't have bought it. And also, like the way I spec comics, like the way I collect comic books that I think are going to be worth something, it's vastly different. I don't really go out and buy like all the comic books that come out on New Comic Book Wednesday, right? Again, I just comic books these days got me feeling icky in the sense of like there's a million and one covers. It's just money, money, money. Some of the stories are really just lame. I'm going to be honest with you. I decided that I was going to share with you guys and tell you guys what to collect based on like what I'm really expecting. So not my picks for Comic Book Wednesday, New Comic Book Wednesday, but the comic books that I'm collecting that I'm saving that I think will be worth something in the future. And the way that I spec is I spec off of pop culture, right? Everything from DC with the exception of Supergirl, but most of everything DC and Marvel and like other channels like adapt from the comics they adapt from are stuff from like the early 2000s, 90s, 80s, and so forth, right? They rarely adapt anything current, and so that's what I'll always base my spec off of. That's what I'm doing. So I decided to share those specs so you could copy my specs. Let's jump into this. Like I said, I do pop culture stuff, but I also do like certain writers. And Greg Rucka is like a great writer. And the book that I'm collecting, I'm gonna do open box as I'm talking because I got a bunch of open boxes of stuff that I'm collecting. So I'm really ordering this stuff. It's from a book series that he wrote, a comic book series that he wrote called Lazarus. And Lazarus is a coming of age story. Amazon bought the adaptation rights to this project, to this comic book, and I can understand now why they had never went forward with producing it. And they bought him like years ago. But basically, like I said, it follows Trevor Carlisle, who's like the assassin protector of this really powerful family, because this comic book takes place in the future where giant corporations have overthrown the government, and now these corporations, these powerful family corporations, run the world, and they've divided up countries amongst each other. And each family is wealthy because they do something, they offer something to their district. And the Carlyles have figured out how to live forever. So they own the patent of living forever. And so it's really funny because like you have the father, the patriarch of the family, and his sons who all look like, or sons and daughters who look like 20s and 30s, but really they're like 60 and 80, and like it's wild. But in this world, these huge powerful families are called serfs, and their citizens are called the waste because like they consider them a waste of life. If you don't have money, you're a waste of life to these people. But each of these families, these corporations, have something called a Lazarus, and a Lazarus is a protector, kind of an assassin for the family. They're also adopted into the family, and they are programmed and manipulated into loving the family like they're actually a part of it. But the trick is, like, the family really doesn't care about them. And what's cool about Forever Carlisle, who is this serf's family's Lazarus, is she has the ability through all their medications to like heal herself. And like, there's some really brutal scenes in here where she's like, she's gotta like throw down with the Carlyle's waste, their citizens, because they're stealing food because they're hungry. And she has to go past her better judgment and hurting these hungry families, and they're stealing food. And she has to like do work. And when she has a crisis of this, like they were just hungry, they pump her full of more medication and drugs to make her more docile, and just say like, well, if they would have done this and they got away with it, then they would have come after the family, and you don't want them to hurt the family, right? And so there's a lot of twists and turns in this. I'm probably like not doing a good job selling this, but trust me, it's amazing. But yeah, and if you guys are watching the video of the unboxing as I'm talking about it, yeah, it's one of the greatest books. Now, this isn't the complete run. I am going to get the complete run, but whenever I'm speccing, I make sure that I get the complete run. There's more boxes coming in for the complete run. Also, Lazarus is actually continuing. It's in print. He took from the original set, the original volume, I should say. They're still going now. I think there's a break right now, and like we are going to get Lazarus Fallen and Lazarus Risen, or Lazarus Risen and Lazarus Fallen. I believe we're still in Lazarus X right now. And then they took a break in 2018, but like there's so much time for you guys to catch up and figure out what's going on. And like I said before, I didn't say this before, but there's actually another book that I'm speccing, and it's a huge book. And like, I think like this is going to be the next thing that's capitalized on. If not, I'm going to put it out to the ether. It is one of my favorite books, and I want to do a book club for us. And in this group, I said these are the first runs. And also when I spec, I only do first runs. I don't do the second printing or the third printing. I'll always collect the original ones, the first ones. Just make sure if you don't use any of the links that I provide, that wherever you go, you ask for the first run. This is what I'm specking. This is what I'm collecting. And again, like I said, Amazon did buy the movie rights. I don't know if they still own them or how long they have them, but I can tell you, like I said, they got them like 4 or 5 years ago. And like the reason they haven't made it is because like it's literally, it would be them talking about themselves the way this book is written. So it would be pretty funny if they did do it. But I don't see, especially in the times now, what's going on in the world. I don't know if they would put it out. But if another movie, if they lose rights and another movie company picks them up, that'd be awesome. But yeah, that's why I'm specking this. A, it's an awesome book. B, Amazon did buy the rights. It actually fits in the current time and place that we're in as far as the story goes and these beginning stories. Like, I think it's an awesome read. So yeah, pick it up. I'll leave all the links in the bottom where you guys can get them. And then if I haven't said this already, I do want to start a book club here. There's another package that I'm coming from another comic book that I'm specking that's very current. Like, it's not current, but like with how films are being produced right now with Dracula and Sinners, like this is the next one. And if nobody jumps on this, like it's there, like this is it. So once that package gets here, I'll do an open box, and I want to do a book club. I don't want to give away what the book is, but I do want to do a book club based around it. And so I'm super excited for it. So yeah, I'll tell you where to get your stuff. I'll link it, all that good stuff, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it in the May the Nerd Be With You group. Yeah, guys, thanks for stopping by. If you really want me to do like what's popping on like comic book day every Wednesday, I'll do that. But I just thought I would share like what I'm actually specking with you guys. So thanks for stopping by. Stay excellent. Catch you guys later.